Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you. Thanks for tuning in. As always, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe below if you haven't already. Definitely got an interesting video topic for you in this one, and I think you're going to like it, so stay tuned and keep watching. Let's get into the video. Okay, so in this video, guys, today I'm going to be sharing my accuracy, or precision, I should say, at 50 yards with my Ruger 1022 18.5-inch target barrel, holdover mold stock, Nikon BDC scope, using Fiocchi standard velocity, which are chronographed. I have the data for this video chronographed and everything for you guys to show you. Standard velocity at 50 yards, and I'm comparing that to my Air Venturi 22 caliber air rifle using the JSB 15.89s at 50 yards, and we're going to compare their precision today to see how, or if there's a big difference in these two rifles in 14-mile-an-hour winds, guys, at 50 yards. 5-shot group. Let's check it out. Five shots down there, not too bad in this wind. So you can see there that this group right here with the 22 LR is really good, and 14 mile an hour winds prone. I never shot this gun prone before like that, so I thought I would try it out. 5 shots, around 3/8 of an inch. I'll take that, center to center. Here is a, for some reason, a flyer happened. It was a less powerful shot. I heard it. But this shot right here, this group right here, same center to center, 5 shots, about 3/8 of an inch, guys. You could not tell those apart from a pellet to a bullet at 50 yards. So the accuracy is on par for both of these guns, and the reason is, well, they're both tuned to shoot what I just showed you. The Fiocchi standard velocity 40 grain and the JSB and the Air Venturi. Now, with that said, if you don't know how to tune your guns, then yeah, one of these guns might be superior than the other, and usually it's not the rimfire because, you know, again, if you didn't find the correct ammo for it, it's going to be really picky and really inaccurate in most cases. Whereas in an air gun, it's more forgiving, where you can actually, you know, choose one pellet and tune it if your gun is tunable with pressure and hammer spring adjustment and all that, messing with the different pressure settings. So you could tune a gun, an air gun, to shoot one projectile, whereas on a rimfire, you have to find the right projectile, and it could be a wide range of projectiles that you have to try to find the correct one. We all know that. Now, with that said, if you know your barrel dimensions and stuff like that, you have an idea of exactly what the bullet you need to shoot, and some shooters already know this, including myself, again, but you cannot tune a rimfire with that. You cannot change the velocity. You can't do any of that. Now, with that said, they both share almost an identical projectile shape, whereas even though it's a bullet, they still get swatched to the bore, and if that swatching length is not the correct length, it'll show down range, as we all know. And a lot of people assume it's just because, you know, like using bulk ammo, you're not going to get good accuracy. Well, I myself, and you guys know this, know I could shoot bulk ammo just as accurate as any other load. So now let's move on to the velocity numbers. Now, a big difference, of course. The Fiocchi 40 grain standard velocity lead round nose out of this rifle, 18-inch barrel, shooting 1,100 feet per second, guys. About 106, 107 foot-pounds at the muzzle. Whereas the FX 1589 grain JSB pellet out of the Air Venturi, we're going about 915 feet per second, about 30 foot-pounds. So a big difference in energy and ballistic coefficient downrange, but that does not matter. That's just a number. Again, they're both as accurate as they can be, and they're almost identical. You could not tell those apart. So with that said, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you got something from this video. Again, as mentioned, you cannot tune a rimfire gun like you can an air rifle. You could pick one load in an air gun and get it to shoot decent if it's not shooting that good, whereas you're stuck with what you get out of a rimfire. And that's why there is a broad range of different rimfire loads out there to fit the bill for your barrel. And again, if you know how to measure your barrel land dimensions and all that and calculate it like I do, you could pretty much hone in on which loads to use and which ones not, and which ones to avoid. Whereas again, on an air rifle, you can pretty much use one pellet and fine tune it if you have a gun that is very tunable, like this Air Venturi Avenger, which in my opinion would be the best route to go, because you have so much of adjustment, whether it's the regulator pressure where this one's set at 1800 psi, and then you have a hammer spring so you can adjust the psi and how much pressure there is on the pellet to change the bearing surface length to get it to shoot better downrange. So if you've captured your projectiles like I have, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. gun is clear. There we go. There's a perfect specimen to inspect and check the rifling on and see how stable this bullet is. Because 22 LR bullets swage to the bore. As you can see, those little lines in the bullet, that's a swaging line from the case. It's a healed bullet. So as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe below. See you on the next one.